If you're anything like me, sometimes you get to the end of the week and you think, well, it's Friday and I barely have anything to show for it. I didn't get to do that workout plan that I wanted to, or maybe you have a project like me that you're working on and you think, I didn't get to work on it, but just a couple of hours this week. And you get to the end of the week and your house is a mess and you still have all this stuff that you wish you could be working on, and yet you're still having to do your regular everyday responsibilities, work and kids and errands and cooking and cleaning, all of that. Sometimes when we have a goal that is beyond those things, it's kind of just sitting there and we wish we could be working on it more. We wish that we could have more progress made on it. And even if we're working on it a little bit, we don't give ourselves that credit and say, you know what? You did good. You got to work on that a half an hour today. And maybe you didn't get to check the whole thing off of your list, but you did take a little bit of a step on that journey. I have a little bit of a tip for this, and this is going to be a pretty short video, but my tip for kind of mentally being able to give ourselves a little more credit. That's what I'm kind of talking about here, because I think that we can be really hard on ourselves. I know I am. I know I have this project that I'm working on, and if I don't get to spend 5 hours a day on it, which is very rare that I get to, but if I don't get that huge chunk of time towards it, I think that it's stagnant. It's not going anywhere. I'm not making any progress. And that's not the case at all. And my little tip for dealing with this to kind of help you mentally kind of come to terms with, yes, I did work on it. Yes, it is making progress, maybe in smaller steps. That is to make a done list. And this is a list that says, well, I worked on it an hour on Monday, a half an hour on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, I only got to make like a little list that's saying I need to check into these things, but that's still progress. This done list helps me a lot sometimes because I have a lot of goals. I have this dream life that I'm creating that we've talked about a little bit, that I'm going to dive into a little bit more. But I have all these goals that I'm going for. I have exercise goals and parenting goals. I'd like to meditate more and journal more and work on this project more. And it's always kind of more. And yet I still have my regular life, right? I'm not trying to escape from my regular life. I'm not trying to get away from my responsibilities at all. But I'm trying to make these other goals like a part of my life. And I think that this done list really helps me see that I'm doing that. That, okay, I did get to work on it 2 hours this week, and that is really great. I incorporated it into my life. Sometimes we can kind of feel bad about not spending more time on it, or about not, like I said, fitting it into what we are already doing. This is kind of the way that I can see that I'm doing that, okay, I have a half an hour until dinner's ready and I've already kind of cleaned up the kitchen and I'm working on this project that is really fun, brings a lot of joy to my life in that moment. I don't have to set aside 5 hours in order to work on that. I know I'm kind of rambling here, but I think that sometimes we can get down on ourselves and not seeing a ton of progress. And then that goal or that project kind of fizzles out. And I think that if we can see that we can meld it together with our everyday lives, that we don't have to say, well, that has to wait until Sunday or Saturday when I can spend 5 hours a day on it, that we can say, well, Monday I had 10 minutes before I needed to pick the kids up or something like that, and I got to make a list and I got to call somebody and check on that one thing. I think that by writing it down, or you can have it in your planner, as just tiny little tasks, but say these are my things that I've accomplished this week. And if it's 3 things, that's great. It's not stagnant and it's still moving forward. Let me know if you've tried this or if you've done this, because I know that, like, for YouTube, for example, I have YouTube goals. I would love to get 3 videos out a week, and I'm just not going to this week, I don't think. But here I am. I have 10 minutes and I'm filming the video, and then I'll have another 10 minutes later to edit it. And no, it wasn't an hour, but it's still making progress. This is like the perfect example, and it's going on the done list. So let me know if this helps or if you have tried something like this before, because I think that it helps to boost us up and then not feel down. And then we are more apt to pick up those things and work on them rather than just thinking that they're stale and not happening. I hope you come back to join me in my next video. Bye.